Hello and welcome back to the Wrexham Way. Hope you're all doing well and looking forward to today's episode as we take on Liverpool and Crystal Palace in the Premier League. And actually, we are in 2027 and you might think, well, Liverpool are probably going to be pretty decent. They are currently 10th in the Premier League. This might actually be a little easier than you might expect. Anyway, welcome back. Hope you're all doing well and looking forward to today's episode. Make sure you do drop a like on the video for me and subscribe to the channel if you're new around here for more Football Manager content. Right, since you guys were last here for the two losses that we had, was it two losses last episode? It was Man United a draw and the 3-1 loss to Man City. That was it, wasn't it? We drew 1-1 to United and lost 3-1 to Man City. Well, since then, things haven't got an awful lot better for us. We've played 4 games, starting off with a 5-0 loss to Arsenal. And this is so frustrating because look at the match stats in this game. 16 shots to Arsenal's 18 shots. They had 7 shots on target. It's just we got so unlucky in that game. One of those sorts of games, I suppose. But still, a 5-0 loss, our worst of the season, was made better by not beating it, but like a win anyway. A 1-1 draw against Tottenham. We very did nearly beat them, actually. Paul scored an own goal, and that was what ruined it for us in the end. But still, we'll take a point away from home against Tottenham. We'll also take a point at home to Everton, Ostergaard and Roxvag on the score sheet there, before a first-minute goal from Rebergen sealed a 1-0 win away, or at home, sorry, against Brentford, which was lovely. And so, just like I say, a point a game is what we need, and a point a game is what we're getting right now. We're 14th after 17 games played with 17 points on the board. It's pretty decent for us right now, so I'm pretty happy with the way things are going. 6 points clear of the relegation zone, which is nice, and a little bit of a buffer in between us and that relegation zone. As I say, today's opponents, Liverpool, are currently 10th, and Palace actually are better than them right now in 7th place. So not an awful lot to update you on actually in all things. Only 4 games played in between episodes. We are still going to try and make a signing today though. We tried last episode for Philip Shue and it didn't work. He wouldn't even let us talk to him contract-wise. But since then, I have made him my top target, promoted him to the press, and he does say he wants to join us in the press. I also asked Adam Thomas Parry to talk to him. He said he wouldn't talk to him, which was rather frustrating. And we've got some Danish players in the squad of, where are they? Ostergaard, but we can't ask Ostergaard to talk to him, apparently. Maybe because they haven't played in a national team together, but they definitely have played youth team games together. The same with Jacobson as well, if I can find Jacobson on this list. There he is, Jacobson. I don't know why he can't talk to him either, because they would have played under 21 games together at some point, but it's not happening. Anyway, I feel like we've done all we can right now. Contracts approach to sign. It's been long enough since we last offered him a contract, and he's got rid of all of his promises, which is great. My client is willing to enter a contract talks. Okay, well, can we make you an important player rather than a star player? He's happy with that. Okay, we're making progress. Talking to the press and getting him to be known as our number 1 target is working nicely. Now, the issue is going to be the 31 grand a week that he wants. Now, we'd primarily play him as a ball-playing defender. His first touch needs a bit of work, but that can be fine. And composure would need to be better too, but again, we can work on that. At 6'6", 11 heading, I feel like we can get past that. Because even if he's got terrible heading, he will win the ball. Because he's so big. Pace a little bit low, yeah, I agree, pace is a little bit low, but again, I think we can make up for that with set-piece goals and stuff like that. And I wouldn't say he's going to be a starter straight away. We can definitely work on this. We can definitely work on the contract. So, what does he want? Well, he wants a yearly wage rise of 10%, which you're going to get rid of straight away. He wants a release fee clause of 21. I think we're going to have to try and keep the release fee clause in there, if I'm honest with you. Look, we can't get rid of the relegation one, so we'll push that up as high as it will go. Let's get rid of that sell-on percentage fee as well, and the wage after 5 league games. Okay, or 5 international games to 40k. That's a lot. Okay. I think to keep him happy, we're going to have to try and keep these bonuses as they are. We might even move the signing on fees as high as it will go, actually. Agent fee will have to go as high as it will go. The wage has got to come down. I can do 20. Let's try and get him down to 20. Suggest... I am not prepared to pay 37 grand a week for a player that, I'll be honest, I'm not convinced would be a starter right now. It's more down the line that I think he'd be good. It's more down the line. Are other clubs still interested? Well, the Italian clubs are out, but Tottenham are interested. And this is the thing, like if Tottenham are interested, it makes you think, like we should be going for him. But this is just a stupid contract, which we can't afford in the slightest. 25 grand. I mean, this is just ridiculous, isn't it? Absolutely ridiculous. Like, even if you just suggest that. Yeah, exactly. Okay. Well, Philip Shue we might not actually get, but at least we made progress and at least we've tried. That's the main thing. We'll talk about these other players that I want to sign later on in today's episode. In the meantime, we need to focus on this Liverpool game, and we're going to stick with the 4-3-3, which is working pretty well for the most part, I must say. Breke is staying in goal. He's been very good. Timon, Holter, Kambuala and Paul in the backline today as Paul Dillon is currently injured. Midfield is changing around a little bit. We're going to try Ostergaard today in the CDM role with Herrera and Galbraith just in front of him. Pizarro and Rebergen still on the wings, and Roxvarg, our top scorer of this season with 7, is leading the line. So as kickoff is upon us here today, I'm hoping for a decent result, but of course Liverpool, despite only being 10th in the Premier League, are still a very good team. But Roxvarg, looking to come forward, is instantly cut out by Virgil van Dijk, but Rebergen has now been put through on the edge of the area, back to Paul, who's covering at right back to then, doing a very good job, I must say, of doing so. I think having full-backs as opposed to wing-backs has really helped us out massively, as we've not scored. We've somehow not scored. How has that not gone in the back of the net? Oh. And watch this now. A Trent Alexander-Arnold free kick from 35 yards out. Nearly in the back of the net. Great save from our keeper there. Also, we pack the box pretty tightly for corners. Like, we do concede from them, but we do have some tall players and we do pack the box quite tightly. So it's so frustrating when we do concede from corners. But not this time at least. We're just going to concede not like that. So once again, today's episode is coming out early because tonight is the FM Streamer Showdown. I'm recording this on Friday night actually, so I've no idea how I've done on Saturday. So I'm just going to assume that I've won the league and we're going to go on to win the knockouts tonight. So if you are around from 6:45 onwards, link down to my Twitch channel to come and watch that and watch me beat all the other guys in the FM Streamer Showdown, like the Zealands, the Lujos, the Sweet Left Foots, the Spaces, all the good lads like that. So there's quite a few of us in there. I can't list the name on top of my head right now because I can't think of everyone. But there we go. As Gomez comes down the wing, puts the ball into the middle, we've cleared it, dealt with it, and now Pizarro can start to come on a counter-attack. We've now got 5 bodies in the Liverpool half as Pizarro runs the whole length of the pitch back to Ostergaard into Galbraith, who shoots from distance, and Alisson messes it up. He slips up there big time, and Galbraith, in his return to the team, gets the goal. You love to see it, and that all comes down to Pizarro running the absolute length of the pitch and then just sort of turns around and gives it to Ostergaard. But a great little layoff there from Ostergaard and his Mohawk into Galbraith. Alisson really fumbles that one badly, and we're 1-0 up. Tell you what, I am pretty pleased with how we are doing this season. Like, I didn't think we'd be doing as well as we are right now. We keep picking up actually draws, to be fair. Draws are really helping us out. We're not keeping clean sheets, but we can score some goals. I think the inside forwards are really helping just cut in and, create some good opportunities like that. So I'm pretty happy that we're scoring goals, getting draws. We lose, most of the games that we are expected to lose, but there is the odd occasion where we take on a Liverpool, for example, and we are doing really well as Rebergen nearly makes it 2. I think we are lucky in the fact that we've beaten West Brom, haven't we? We've beaten Brentford, we've beaten Sheffield United and Bournemouth, and we drew 3-3 with Brighton, I think, wasn't it? So of all the teams that are kind of below us in the table in a sort of relegation battle, we have done a really good job against right now, as Harvey Elliott's free kick is in the back of the net at the stroke of half-time, or at the stroke of the start of the second half, I should say. 39 seconds into it. It's a great free kick, to be fair, but the keeper should have done better. But again, we keep drawing against teams that are kind of, teams we shouldn't draw against. So I'm feeling pretty good about things right now. So let's just hope we can carry on this result as Lucas Holter on the ball into Ostergaard, back to each other, and now Timon can get it back to Lucas Holter. But finally forward to Galbraith, who tries a long ball up to Roxvarg, never going to beat Virgil van Dijk in the air, but Galbraith manages to get the clearance back down to Roxvarg, out wide to Timon. Timon looking to put a ball into the middle, gets it into Galbraith, who's brought down in the penalty area, and the referee says no penalty. If they score from this, I'll be so upset. But luckily, Holter gets a nice challenge in there, and we can not build out once again because Liverpool have won possession. If they score from this, good save. If they'd scored, I'd have been fuming. Again, though, look at the match stats. Like, we are competing this season quite nicely. I don't know how we're quite doing it, but we are doing pretty well, I must say, in general with our match stats. Doesn't always work for the best, read the Arsenal game, but right now we're going pretty well as we've got a free kick. And there's a big build-up to this free kick. Will Roxvard put this in the top corner? No. Don't do me like that, Football Manager. Okay, well, with 20 minutes or so to go in this game, our attacking line are not playing well. Pizarro off for Jacobson, Rebergen off for Lorca, and we'll also bring Fink on for Roxvarg, I reckon. Also change Lorca to a winger on attack. Confirm changes. Let's get this show on the road for 20 more minutes. Come on, lads. I believe in you. Our XG deserves another goal, maybe. Or maybe it just deserves one goal that we've got. But still, it's double what theirs is. So we should have double the goals, basically. But as the clock ticks down, we're not seeing any more highlights. I tell you what, a 1-1 with Liverpool, like Man United last episode, is phenomenal. I'll take it. I'm happy with it. And it keeps us on that 1 point per game trajectory, which is lovely. I tell you what, if we just didn't give away that free kick, we'd have won it. What?
Hey.
What do you want?
So, excuse the mascara on my face.
Yeah, it's disgusting. Well, we're now at the Crystal Palace game. My sister rang me whilst I was going in between games, so I just kept mashing continue. So I'm not quite sure what's happened in between. Actually, there's 3 bids on the table. Well, these loans for different people. Okay, that's fine. My sister rang me asking about. She wants to go to some festival in Portugal, and was asking me if the price seemed all right. I don't know why I'm the judge of that, but I was the judge of that, and I said it seems fairly reasonable for what they're wanting. So they might be going to Portugal, her and her friends, for a festival, and I just talked them through it and said, yeah, it seems all right to me. Anyway, because of that, we've mashed through to the Crystal Palace game right now. I don't think anything interesting happens in between games, to be fair, so it's okay. We can try and probably play the same team. I think we played really well against Liverpool, so for me, I think we stick to it. So, kickoff is upon us, once again away from home, this time against Crystal Palace, who are sitting in 7th place in the Premier League, as Neves puts a corner into the middle, Tanganga heads it, but it's over the bar. This Palace team clearly doing very, very well for themselves. They are in the top 7 on merit at almost the halfway point of the season, so clearly they must be doing something pretty good, as we are pressing really high at the pitch here. I'm loving this. Maybe too high, because they're now through at left back, and as they look to bring the ball forward, or right back I should say, left hand side of the pitch, right back position for us, as they get the ball on the edge of the area and we intercept. Good, finally Galbraith comes away with the ball. Can he find anyone to pass to? No, but the slide tackle finds Pizarro. Pizarro finds Herrera, who holds on to it, back to Pole, back to Ostergaard, who can just regroup a little bit as Cambuala finds Pole, Ostergaard, Herrera, Roxvarg, Galbraith, Rebergen. Goal! But maybe offside. Oh, please don't be offside. I think he might be. It did look a little bit sketchy to me. What does the referee say on this one? He is saying disallowed. You hate to see it. We've had a few of those this season, but the offside trap in the Premier League clearly working quite well. Yeah, he's quite comfortably offside there. Still, another game where we are scoring goals, but they just are disallowed. But we know we can score goals at least, which is pretty good. And again, Palace on the ball on the 12th minute of this game, looking to come forward. It finds its... Oh, Pizarro. Oh, Pizarro. I don't like that. Oh, don't show him red. Please don't show him red. Just the... Red. Okay. Well, we just play a narrow game of football then, don't we, I think? We just play a narrow game of football like that. But it is going to make the rest of this game very, very difficult, as Neves' free kick hits the crossbar, luckily. Not in the back of the net, thankfully. So, if we can hold on for a 0-0, I think that would be the absolute dream scenario out of all of this, as Rebergen looks to put a corner into the middle, and Cambuala hits the post. I think the keeper pushed it onto the post with his save, which was pretty decent, otherwise that was going in the back of the net. But I tell you what, I'm feeling confident still. I'm feeling confident still that we can get a 0-0 out of this. I'm pretty sure we can draw. We just need to... God, Timon, don't go diving into challenges like that, and maybe giving away the penalty might have been better. We've seen Breke save some penalties this season, but Palace go 1-0 up, and maybe this will be painful now. Although, we've only lost an attacking player. Like, defensively, our defensive shape is still there. So, I mean, come on, lads. Also, at the halfway point of the season, almost. In fact, yeah, it is the halfway point of the season. This is the 19th game of the season, isn't it? So, yeah, this is the halfway point of the season. West Ham have just gone top of the table as Gabriel Neves, not Ruben Neves, which I thought it could be with all the set pieces. No, Gabriel Neves puts it in the back of the net. But either way, we are 2-0 down here at the start of the second half. But could Galbraith score a banger? No, nearly. We do have a corner, though, and we have some tall players who put the ball over the bar. If we do manage to actually get Shu, the 6'6" guy, like, he would be so good from set pieces. It's just, I'm not going to pay him 37 grand a week or 31 grand a week, whatever he wanted. In the meantime, we're going to make some changes in a moment, but there is a highlight coming up first as we build out from the back, as Breke sends it up long to Roxvark, who is never going to win that one in the air against Tanganga, who's about 6'3", 6'4", I think. And it is Palace looking to come forward themselves now, down at the left-hand side of the attack. Pole can't stop the attack, and that's surely offside. Surely that is offside. Not that it matters, because we're 2-0 down already, but I'd rather not be 3-0 down. I'm pretty sure that's completely offside. Ref, have a word, please. You're taking your time with this, and it's worrying me. Just, please tell me it's disallowed. Disallowed. Okay, so once again, Roxvark having a poor game. Let's bring Carlos Escobar on this time. Why not? See what he can do. Timon is struggling out there. Is Corey out on the bench? Yes, he is. And Galbraith struggling a little bit. How about we move Ostergaard into the centre of midfield and we bring Alec on the pitch instead in the CDM spots? Sadly, I don't think those changes are going to change all that much for us. 15 minutes to go, and it is still Crystal Palace in charge of this game. And again, it's a game where we are having decent chances. We've had 7 shots to their 13 shots, I think I saw. But when they've got players that can do that, it's a little bit difficult. And it does make you start to think, do we need to sign better keepers? Do we need to sign better keepers? The answer is I don't know, because both Torre Breke and Andriucci have an awful lot of potential. So much potential, both of them. And of course, Andriucci was the best keeper in the Championship last season. So it would make sense that he could make the step up to the Premier League, but maybe we do need to get another keeper in. But then again, we were down to 10 men in that game, so, I mean, swings and roundabouts, doesn't it, I suppose. Anyway, next episode, we're going to come back for probably Bournemouth and Leicester right at the end of January, and hopefully we've made some signings. Now, I did mention I was going to try and show you those 2 players. Not try, I will show those 2 players that I want to sign. The first one is a guy that I can't pronounce, but his first name is Taha. He is a CDM, and I think that is maybe an area that we need to strengthen, because we don't really have a proper out-and-out CDM in the team. Having one, I think, would do us an awful lot of good. And this guy, to me, looks obviously not the greatest player of all time, but he looks pretty solid in that area. And, according to the scouts, he is of Premier League quality already. Had some very good seasons with Bursaspor in recent seasons too, so I have no reason to doubt he'd be a very good signing for us. And we also need a striker. So Federico Sione, who we've had in the past. We've had a player called Federico Sione who was a regen in the past in another save. I can't remember which one it was, but he was very, very good. So hopefully this guy is good. But great dribbling, finishing and first touch and composure and pace and acceleration. He looks solid. The only issue might be passing, but he's there to finish the move off, not do anything else. And he might even play as a complete forward. I think I quite like that, although his long shots are pretty atrocious. So who knows? But still, I think both these players need to join the club. At the most, we'd be spending 18, 19 million pounds. So it might just be those 2 coming in January, but they both significantly strengthen the team. So thank you very much for watching today. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. I will see you back again tomorrow at the normal time. Hopefully crowned winner of the streamer showdown, which would be fantastic. So until then, have a lovely evening. I'll see you soon. Goodbye.